My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Time to head back into the Dimensional Portal, doing the Time Bombs challenge? Challenge, yes. All enemies explode with deadly force. Don't let them make it to the Pyre Room. Covenant rank 1, primary clan is Umbra with the Penumbra leader, and the allied clan is Melting Remnant with the Exile Little Fade leader. We also have the Proto Heart Cage, and the mutators are as follows. Explosive personality. When enemy units die, they deal 5 damage to the front friendly unit, so that's 5 damage every single time a unit dies in the Pyre. So even if they have 0 health, 0 damage, if I've sapped them or dazed them to all hell, they still do 5 damage to the Pyre. Cure light wounds, restore 5 health to all units after combat, and also return on investment. Spawn an additional collector in battles that already have a collector. Now, it's worth noting, with the Umbra and Melting Remnant, we have no reach for being able to kill those collectors, so I should find that reach first, so that I can use the money from it to then do everything else. 2 copies of back morsels in the base deck, a Crucible Warden, ugh. Damage Shield is really bad in this, because Damage Shield is going to be constantly pinged with these little 5 damage hits. 2 copies of Entombed Explosives, though, really happy to see that. Turnus of Entropy, Archeon, Kale, cool. I would love to look at the artifact first, please. Chain of Gems, applying damage shield 2 to the first friendly unit summoned each turn. Or Mine Jacks, +2 capacity on the middle floor. I really like +2 capacity on the middle floor. Often it prevents you from even having to get a capacity gem at all in a clan combination that really likes it. Chain of Gems, first friendly unit summoned each turn having 2 damage shield is a lot of blocking. I'm gonna take Mine Jacks. I was about to say, please give me Monstrous. Monstrous! It's a big unit, but it has trample. But it can go on that midline pretty happily. Let's let an Entombed Explosive make this bottom line very simple for us. And then I'll Primitive Mold one of them on a future turn, hopefully. Welcome back, buddy. It's only after combat that we end up dealing damage to the... or the Entombed Explosive only dies after combat, so that's when the Fallen Champion will go down, so I'm not capable of taking out the Lurking Miscreant in the backline. More damage for you is probably our priority. I don't want to play the other packed morsels without the ability to actually use those morsels, though. It would have allowed me to be more selective with which morsels I had, which has certainly some value to it at least. But I think I'm better served being able to still play packed morsels and just drop 3 morsels on the top line. Two Shade Splitters just to set up some more damage shield and energy on that top line. Realistically, our middle line is just going to be the kill here, though. Penumbra is large enough. Penumbras are high enough to win the fight. Get him, buddy. Herald's Reproduction. It it's entirely possible we go into a position where we use Ember Drain and Perils of Production instead of having any energy. And that's most open to us if we take it now. Draft, Burnout 1, Multi-Strike 1, very good unit to reform. Dripfall to send a unit to Blind Days 1, also pretty important if a unit's getting past me. Molded, reform a unit, being able to reform specific units is pretty important. But I don't have really, like, units that die that I don't want to die at this point, that I don't want to be reforming, so I think I can get away without having a specific reform. And I do think having more targets that I actually want to reform is pretty important, so I'll take Draft. Merchant of Magic in the second area with an Umbra banner, Merchant of Magic in the first area with an Umbra banner. I'm currently... it feels like I'm being instructed to go to a Merchant of Steel with the Remnant banner as my first. However... Merchant of Magic with Consume removals for Packed Morsels, with Holdover or Spell Chain for Heralds of Production, God forbid both. Obviously just cost reduction on Shade Splitters and Primitive Molds. It's huge. I think I go double Merchant of Magic, double Umbra Banner. Remove Consume from Packed Morsels. Now it's Sacrifice that doesn't kill a minion. -2 cost and Consume, not relevant. I'll probably end up re-rolling here. Morsel Maker. 2 Ember, 1 Size. On Resolve, summon an Entumbra Morsel and a Magma Morsel. Just stats every turn. Spell Chain. I mean, Spell Chain on Packed Morsels is nice, but I don't have a way to eat that many morsels at the moment, so Spell Chain on Heralds of Production. We Emberstone a Primitive Mold, and then just move. I really hope we collect both of the collectors in this fight. If we can get both of the collectors in this fight, we're off to the moon. Also, there is a possibility of running the Crucible Warden as my defender on this mid line and then Morsel Maker in the back line. Which actually, I want to experiment with that. The bottom line is where the Entombed Explosives and stuff go. There's 6 damage to the Sloven Knight, I think. Sloven Knight takes 5 because of the Titan Skin and then heals 5 from Cure Wounds, so that wasn't really instructive. Didn't really do much. Entombed Explosive, and then I can hit you with the Barrels of Production twice and get a bunch of Ember because you are a unit that's gonna die, so it's completely fine. Let's drop a Entumbra Morsel. Yeah, so that I can keep the Shield Steward and then double Rubble Morsel on the top line. Really just additional energy for the next turn. One of the collectors goes down. We're looking pretty nice. There we go. Pretty good to take down the next one. A little bit of additional damage with the top line. We can let some morsels cycle through. Primitive Mole brings back an Entombed Explosive. kind of want to set up a Spear Steel for the top line, but also I don't, because I would rather give you other statistics. Alright. Realistically, this mid line is almost certain to... Yeah, cover the fight. So I wasn't too concerned at all. Our next fight could be a little dicey because the Penumbra's second hit of Monstrous is a huge power spike. Another copy of Packed Morsels is probably in excess of requirement. Mind Collapse, X cost, deal 3x damage to an enemy unit on Slay, gain 2 energy. It's a way to target backline units. It's a way to target backline units that I currently don't have access to. So is Antumbra Assault though. 1 Ember, deal 5 damage, on Slay, add 2 rare or uncommon morsel units to your hand. But I also don't have space for all of these morsel units at the moment. It's possible I end up going capacity. I feel like Mind Collapse makes more sense in a world where I may end up going with a big Ember Drain deck. Another draft, a Purifying Cleanse, 0 Ember to restore 15 health to a unit but apply Burnout 3, and Drip Ball. I'll take the Drip Ball. Just a little bit of coverage. Merchant of Arms, admittedly finding a weapon that's appropriate for Penumbra and just equipping it to them is a really huge power spike, but also holdover on Perils of Production, consume removal for the other one, 0 costing any of these spells, 0 costing and spell chaining Drip Ball would be pretty good. How much do I want to do that though? I kind of want to see another Umbra unit, but what if I don't? Merchant of Steel in the next area with a Pyromanes next to it, Empyrean Well next to that. I gotta do it. Double stack Drip Balls, not awful. Look at the Umbra unit first. I was wondering if I would take Morsel Master. The answer is yes, it turns out. Celestial Alcove. Okay. Interesting. So we get the Scourge Dominion's Eye, sorry, the Blight Dominion's Eye, 1 Ember, Unpurgeable, non-Scourge, non-Blight cards in hand cost an additional Ember, so occasionally I just have to play that before I get to do anything else. Dominating Authority. On summon, spawn a random friendly unit from your deck. From your deck. So the thing is, on summon trigger can happen in the deployment phase. But right now, the cards, it can't draw out cards that are also in my hand. So it will only draw out Draft, Entombed Explosives, or the Shield Stewards. There's also asking for control. Adding Melee Weakness 1 and Spell Weakness 1 on Strike. That's pretty good for the Crucible Warden, who can then give Melee Weakness 1 to a unit and then Penumbra tramples through, which is really appealing right now. Lost in damage on Strike, apply Corruption 10. No, it's got to be that. I would love to do it for a draft, but like the draft is not going to... The draft, first off, multi-striking with this is not actually as good as you would have thought, because the second strike consumes the first stack of Melee Weakness, so you don't get Melee Weakness 2 at the end of it. You still end up with Melee Weakness 1. Merchant of Magic, I'm going to lower the cost of one of the molds. Then I'm gonna roll. Remove consume. -2 cost and gain consume on Mind Collapse, giving it the ability to deal 6 damage. No, at 1 Ember, at 0 Ember, I just want it to be able to deal 10. That'll be enough. And then remove consume. I can do that for a packed morsels here. Do I need a second packed morsels with no consume? If I do this, I'm basically confirming I need to go capacity. So I'll be going capacity. Entomb's Explosive would be a delectable blocker for this top line. Why is no damage happening to the Shroud Master? Be a bit surprised by that. Oh, because it was accounting for the Cure Light wounds that was going to happen in the end of the battle. Got it. Well, that doesn't seem right. I shouldn't let my front unit die here. 4, 5. Oh, right, yes, with all of the explosions and something. Boy. I mean, I can just throw the draft on the bottom line, let it die. Get ready to start reforming it. Yeah, just taking out that 1 damage unit was enough to get us. And then you'll start having damage shields as well as additional health, so everything will be fine. Great. And Timber Morsel on the bottom line so I can actually get the draft to eat something, as well as do some damage. Sick. Double Rubble for the top. Sure, some more damage to the draft and some more damage to the enemy, and then double Excavator for the top. I'm just gonna buff that Morsel Master, I guess, until I get another Gorge unit. Hopefully I get like one of the rare Gorge units after this fight. That'd be great. Alright, what are we gonna do with these morsels this turn? I've half a mind to Dripfall this Morsel Master. The only thing is then it would be the 6th unit on the floor, so the Morsel Maker would get to summon a 2nd Antumbra Morsel each turn for some additional health on the Crucible Warden, which admittedly is good. But I suspect I'm probably better served by having a 2nd line. Or am I? I don't know. I will Dripball you, actually, and then I'm going to start feeding morsels to someone else. Yeah. Because I do think you need more damage shielded midline. I also think you need more health to help support you against the oncoming assault. I don't want to get morsels in my destroyed pool because I want my reform cards to still be really useful for us. So I'll prevent that from happening. Perfect. Okay, so just in case you're concerned or confused, rather, about what's going on here, this midline, Crucible Warden gives melee weakness when it attacks, and then the next unit to attack is the Penumbra with trample and 50 damage. So if this unit has melee weakness 1 and 1 health, Penumbra hits that unit, doubles the damage to 100, and then 100 damage tramples. So this specific setup of these two is capable of doing that. I need to support the health of the Crucible Warden more so that it can stay alive while it's doing it, because currently these damage shields just, they're not enough. Entombed Explosive on the top line to have fun with. Nice. Yeah, we can get 3 damage shield a turn, we can get 18 health a turn, but we lose so many stacks of damage shield on that Crucible Warden, it's unreal. I think these damage shields on the top line makes a lot of sense. Some damage shield, a little bit of life steal for the second as well. That'll do. Having a round to gorge in that middle line was really helpful. Now we'll have enough damage shield to be able to assist. Get him. So I do think there's an argument to be made for capacity here. Hallowed Halls. Kill friendly units, reform random units on this floor until it exceeds its capacity. That's a really good way for me to just get Entombed Explosive, and Draft just on the bottom floor, constantly recycling and resummoning like that. I'd love it. Ice and Spike. 4x damage and burn out 4 friendly units. No remnant packs to give endless to a friendly unit. Realistically, that's just a way to get the Entombed Explosives out of the reform pool. Hallowed Halls is huge. I kind of was looking for a leader of a second line that cares about gorging. Hallowed Construct is more than capable of being that. So Construct on the top line by itself with Morsel Master. Morsel Maker wants to be in the mid line, but it doesn't need to be played at the very start of the fight. Without capacity, I'm not going to be able to play Crucible Warden, Penumbra, and then Morsels on midline at all. And I have so many morsels now. It's truly, I should just do this. Empyrean Well is a good dupe. I really do want the money in Merchant of Trinkets, but Merchant of Steel with... yes. Dualism. Dualism on Crucible Warden now means that you're going to get double the damage shield from Gorge, which is really important, but also apply double the spell weakness, which means that Penumbra now does 150 damage when it attacks. Quick and Blustein also would have been pretty good on a unit. Specifically on the Alloyed Construct, if I could have gotten it. Monstrous. Oh, sorry, it doesn't do 150, it does 375. Just so we're all aware, 375, it's a big number. It's like one of the biggest numbers I know. It's even bigger than 12. That's one of the other biggest numbers I know. Hit Heartstone on someone here, maybe? I think I could get away without that, but I also think I could easily just throw it on a Morsel Master or a Morsel Maker and make him a little bit more healthful. Oh, No, I do not want to start the battle. Yes, I do want to use the Empyrean well. Oops. I'm not going to get a second Crucible Warden. The one that I have is good. Is much more than good enough, in fact. Another Packed Morsels, especially considering I went for capacity, should really help. Drawing one less per turn. Bombaline. You go there. So if I put Morsel Master on this floor, because I really want Alloyed Construct and Morsel Maker to be on the same floor with one another. If I put Morsel Master on this floor, I can play one there and then it'll do. Like, there's also a world where Alloyed Construct, Morsel Master, and Morsel Maker go on the top floor just to cover themselves and then. See, the thing is, no, I want to bypass capacity with Morsel Maker. I just want some reliable consumes each turn. And then I want someone to be able to consume cards on the top floor. Sure. Get him! Get him, Entombed Explosive! Even throw a Magnum Morsel behind. And that'll take all of you out. Perfect. Oh, and let's actually get some health on that line while I can. Okay, I like this a lot. Being able to play a Morsel on that mid line on the first turn is super useful. My Glouts takes out their back line, which then takes out my frontline unit, killing the enemy. So I gotta remember, if I kill an enemy during a turn, I'm capable of getting them to kill one of mine, so I can reform like an Entombed Explosive or something like that. It's probably the most likely way we end up utilizing that. 4 additional damage shields for our block unit there. Love it. Oh my god. We'll mold 2 Entombed Explosives on the bottom line. Then I'm going to use Hallowed Hall to blow them up. And then I'm going to resummon them. We've got a Collector on the very bottom line. That's not common. Feels like being able to collect that, it's even less common. Malevolent Hunter is going to haste to the top floor, but that's completely fine. It's literally just going to get punched in the face for having done so. I can do 10 more damage to the Fallen Executioner if I just drip fall it. Certainly worth our while. Having Draft in the reform pool is nice, but more important, Shade Splitter for the top line. So we might end up having like a boss that tries to haste past our second line. That would truly be the end of days for us. Like that's a real concern. Whee! Nice. Oh my god, this... The melee weakness! Oh, it's so much damage. Gem Trove. 3 Ember, apply damage heal 1 to friendly units, add 3 uncommon or rare morsel units to your head. I think I'm leaning Excavation Eruption here, actually. 3 Ember, deal 25 damage to a random enemy unit 3 times. On Slay, gain 2 Ember. I'm pretty likely to want to play that on the bottom line. Also, Cave In to move people from the top line back down to the bottom line is, it's fine. I can actually use it to move people from the mid line down to the bottom line if I really needed to. That's actually kind of fun. Maybe I need Cave In as like anti haste tech. Because after I have set up, eventually caving in the bottom is a good idea. Yeah. Damn. Memento Mori. 3 Ember. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 10 times the number of friendly deaths this battle. There's also 1 Ember Subsuming Blade. Pierces. Deals 5 damage. On Slay. Gain 3 damage permanently. And then finally Mortal Entrapment. 3 Ember Attuned. So does 5 times magic power. And deal 25 damage and apply Daze 3 to an already damaged unit. That is a really good way to daze bosses. Empyrean Well is nice, but I don't think I need a third copy of, sorry, a fourth copy, rather, of Hacked Morsels. And I do definitely need to upgrade my minions. Alloyed Construct obviously wants damage-related upgrades, some additional health for Morsel Maker and stuff like that. Okay, there's fewer upgrades for my minions than I thought there were, admittedly. Reduced capacity. I don't dislike doing that for the Alloyed Construct, but I also don't need to. Upgrading it with Titanite, I feel like that I could put on the Alloyed Construct literally just to say, like, don't kill him. 20 additional health for the Morsel Maker. I don't think I'm going to Smidge Stone. I'm going to reroll here. Yeah. Well, if we had Smidge Stoned, then we would Large Stone as well, but because we haven't, we definitely Multi-Strike. I also think Damage Shield 3 on Draft actually makes a huge amount of sense. I'm also going to give you plus 15. Ooh, Melting Spout. Tomb units get 30 additional health and burnout. There's also a tuned Wheelstone. I think I have to take the Whetstone, rather. Draw an equipment card in deployment phase from your deck, reduces cost to 0. I just make the most busted card I can get. Tomb units getting 1 and burnout is nice, but like then they come back with so much health and burnout 2, and then they don't die. And I want them to. That's the point of them. Removing cards from deck, I mean... Spear Stewards, Shield Stewards. Basically. Let's get rid of one of each. Merchant Trinkets, Forgotten Boons, and Double Removal, 100% where I want to go next turn, so I'm going to save my money so that Merchant Trinkets is more valuable. -1 Ember per turn. Admittedly, that is kind of annoying. But it's also very negligible quite quickly. They do have units that will haste to our top floor. Play Dominion's Eye out of hand, then get these. Mind Collapse is going to be enough to take out the Harpist. Then Malevolent Hunter goes up at the top of the round. That's not going to be a problem. I'll dupe additional copies of health on that floor. We're going for damage on the midline. So do I want to throw a unit then? That'll just be throwing a Spear Steward on the bottom line. Yep, sack him. Reform him, bring him back. Sack him again. Just making a more powerful reform unit for the future. We've already got top lane conquered, so I think it's just get the Morsel Maker in the mid lane for consistency of damage shield application, and then we're done. That's really annoying. That collector is impossible for me to collect. Unless we just cave in. Hell yeah. Fallen Executioner. I do just want to defend Alloyed Construct effectively, but you'll also get good defense later, and you've got Titanite. So I'm just going to throw 2 Entombed Explosives in the mid lane now, just to set up for the Fallen Executioner ascending. I want you to be able to die to them. There's a lot of damage shield loss on the bottom line. Thankfully, we seem to be back in a parity. We'll be fine now. Lifesteal hits top. Primitive Reform. Oh, no. I just paid for that Primitive Reform. I needed not to so that I could play the Hallowed Halls. I'll just play Hallowed Halls instead then. I forgot that I had 2 Ember rather than 3. Good trample. Obviously, we get the Miner and Jeweler to hit the top line. And the Mole for a couple more explosives. Yeah. Read out the rest of that hand. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh my god, even Mind Collapse for the back line. Your turn, buddy. Get 1 more Spear Steward for the mid line. I like this endlessly reforming mid line after we cave these in. That's fun. Also, it's worth not overstating how insane dualism is on this unit now that it has double melee weakness application and double damage shield gain. Like, it was both offensive and defensive at the same time. Prism Retrieval. X cost. Consume, draw unit, and apply +5X and -X Ember to its cost. So that's a good way to fetch, like, a Morsel Maker or someone that I weren't capable of playing in the opening. Giving this Intrinsic specifically has some value there. I also see some value in taking Crucible Extension. 1 additional size for the top floor gives me the ability to have Alloyed Construct, a Morsel Master, and then... Oh no, wait, it doesn't. I can still only play... I can still only dupe 2 of the morsels I put on the top line. The 5th one I play would not be duped. Okay, that's relatively minimal again then. Second copy of Cave-In? Unlikely. Unlikely to be relevant, I think. Prism Retrieval realistically is quite nice. Just as an intrinsic hit, but I don't want it here. I'm gonna take money. Memories of the Melted. 0 Ember consume, gain 1 Ember for every friendly death unit this battle. I mean, you can take it. Wicked Blaze, 2 Ember to reform a unit, apply +10 damage. Again, I reform my units enough. Remnant Host on Extinguish, summon 2 draft units. Those draft units would then start to fill the random reform pool with cards that I'm like, not super thrilled to have. I'll take Memories of the Melted. It's not really going to do too much. If I can give it Permafrost, or if I can get the Unbroken Horn, so I get to keep excess energy between turns, then it'll do a lot. Shade Lamp. First time each turn an enemy unit dies, add 2 morsel units to hand, and there's also Teeth of Gold. Deal 5 damage to the back enemy unit when a unit is eaten. We definitely take both of those. Wow. Gain 5 gold when a friendly unit dies. Gain 5 ember when a tomb unit dies. After deployment phase, when you play your 3rd card of the turn, draw 1. I don't think the 5 ember when the tomb unit dies is especially necessary. Realistically, that just gives me a stupid amount of ember on the turn that I play my Hallowed Halls. But the additional money and the additional draw certainly are relevant. Also get to remove 2 cards from the deck. Let's get the other stewards out of here. I'm going to want to remove those default Shade Splitters as well. In fact, I could even start doing that right now. Merchant of Magic, Forgotten Boons, Empyrean Well. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Double remove 2 Ember and give Consume for Cave In. Huge hit. Removing the cost of Hallowed Halls, giving it Holdover, giving it Spell Chain, all huge hits as well. Spell Chain for any of the packed morsels, giving Holdover to Perils of Production, 0 costing any of the rest of them. Yeah. I'm not going Capacity after this one, I don't think. It's possible this fight will show me that I need the Capacity, despite the fact that I'm saying that I really don't want it. It's possible. I am going to need to descend to the bottom line soon. Because you give damage shield, and then we remove the damage shield. Okay, we're fine. We're fine still. Oh, that's great. I'm going to get 4 additional energy for next turn with all these Rebel Morsels on the top line. No, I need to give the Crucible Warden something to eat in the opening, otherwise I'm going to lose the run. I was thinking whether or not I could get away with skipping that, and it was way too greedy to avoid. It's got to be these, then that. And then you can have 2 of them up there, but let's actually get some damage shield to save us from dying. I do know the opening tends to be the most threatening here, so I really should have just done that at the start. Oh, this is great. This is exactly what I want. Draft, you go on the bottom line. Now, oh no, your damage shield is going to keep you alive. I was going to use the Mind Collapse to kill an enemy, and then it does damage to you, and then you get to kill in response. And then I was going to be able to Primitive Mold you as well. Oh, it's okay, we still get to kill an enemy and summon some morsels, which is nice. There we go, and now we have someone who's going to start reforming. Great. That's really unfortunate. Drawing Cave in without the ability to use it. It's annoying, but we can survive it. Allied Construct on top line. You need more health, sure, but more than that, I think you need more damage. And you can use your damage to support your health if I give you lifesteal. It's nice to have a little backup line there waiting for us. I intend to use Mortal Entrapment on Kale this turn if I get the opportunity. Get him, Perils of Production. That's gonna certainly afford me the opportunity. Do I lay down these morsels just waiting for someone? Oh, yeah, I've got the reform. It's fine. I've got someone on the bottom line who can eat all these morsels now. Nice. Shade Lamp gave us a morsel minor as one of the morsels it gave. The rarest morsel it can give. Okay, Cave In is in this hand. I should consider using it. Draft is dying this turn, so I will happily Peril produce you a couple of times. Premium mold for a explosive, and that'll give me somewhere to throw all of my excess. Somewhere to throw all my excess morsels. Perfect. So yeah, we leak a couple of units on this line, which is actually not going to happen, as I will just have enough morsels eaten on this line to do enough damage with Teeth of Gold to take out all of the enemy units. Whoop. Or I'll just have a draft do all of the damage. 58 times 2, get him, draft. Get him. Bottom line obviously taking care of itself, as it does. Nope, indeed. Oh, let's double the energy we get this turn, actually. I don't think I get much value out of the Magma Morsel here, so I'm gonna get 5 gold for killing it. No, wait, it has to be an enemy unit for Mind Collapse. Damn it. Sure. I'm gonna descend you to take less damage on the next floor. We'll daze you for a turn because we can. I'll hit you with a Mortal Entrapment. those, and then we'll cave in, overstacking this floor. Then I'll use hallowed halls to kill as many of my own units as possible, just getting 5 gold for each of them that dies. Alright, that's the best I can do. Unfortunately, eaten units do not count as dying, but we did get 75 coins over the course of this fight. Wow. Furnace Tap with Multi-Strike and Ember Drain, the ability to put that on a Penumbra that's attacking as big as it is, it's huge. Shroud Spike, X cost consume, trigger feeding on friendly morsel unit 2x times, would give us the ability to prevent any damage ever getting past the Crucible Warden. Both of those are huge hits. There's another Hallowed Halls, which is probably the lowest here, just because I already have a Hallowed Halls. Even though I really do like just having a hall that I just keep hallowing. I'm going to take Shroud Spike, because I think Shroud Spike? 400 health dudes, right? 200 to 400 health dudes in a unit, in a row, rather. And we're about to hit a Merchant of Magic. It's Furnace Tap. It can't be Heaven's Light. It's also not Ember. We hit our final big... Gorge only triggers when the unit eats. Got it, right. I mean, I already knew that. Also, monstrous. Ooh. Maybe I did need to go capacity. I'm gonna have to find a different way to overstack the floors now. Damn it. So I need to set up a Crucible Warden line on the bottom floor that keeps itself healthy, and then descend the Penumbra to that floor. The only problem is the Penumbra then isn't in the right order to be able to attack at the right speed. Intrinsic and -1 to the costs. Gives us the ability to descend a unit at the right time. It's just how right can I make that time? Our midline capacity is 5 plus 2 plus 2 is 9. Penumbra is 6. Crucible Warden is 2, and then summoning a Morsel Maker to your line is the final that you can fulfill. But I don't do that in the opening round. Instead, I put Alloyed Construct and then Morsel Master on the top line. No, I have this settled. That's fine. That's fine. Intrinsic and -1 cost. I mean, Furnace Tap, honestly. Then just a solid -1 costing for something. I like Cave-In being consistently playable. I'm going to re-roll here as well. We'll double stack the Furnace Tap. I'm going to -2 cost and consume the Cave-In. Yes, I recognize that this is actually really dumb, unfortunately. I did things in an order that's not great, but it's fine. I do want that to be free. And then Spell Chain for Mind Collapse or Packed Morsels or maybe nothing even. Empyrean Well Dupe gives us the ability to get another Furnace Tap. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. We're doing the big Ember Drain, the big funny Ember Drain. I basically just want to remove cards from my deck that have a cost associated with them because I'm not really going to get to play them. Still love holdover. Start a battle, enemies appear on each floor. That is annoying, actually. I don't think I can take that. Not only do they appear on the floor and do their damage themselves, but then on top of that, I also have to deal with the 5 damage that they do when they die. I can't turn that challenge on. Shame. No, I need the Crucible Warden to have damage shield by turn 2. So I can't play Morsel Maker on that field yet. Mm-hmm. $20 Ember Drain. We are never going to have any energy ever. That's fine by me. Is that fine by me? Then I can't play the Morsel Master on the midline. If I can't support the ongoing health of the Crucible Warden, we will be in dire straits. I'll be okay. Let's drop. Dripfall that I will use. I'm also going to give you lifesteal because you're going to need it to send another unit down. Giving me the ability to overstack the top floor as well. But before I send that unit out, I will Mind Collapse the enemy so that I can see what these could have been. I think more than anything else, just health for the top line. I'm just gonna throw some units on the bottom line, get ready for using them when someone's ready to. Mm-hmm. Memories of the Melted. Unfortunately, no one died last turn. We can cave in and then push the damage that we need. Great, freeing up that floor as well. Yeah, these are the real concerning turns. We've got a Dominion's Eye in hand and I can't play it. Can't play anything. But also I am killing all of the enemies. But also I'm not giving anything to the Crucible Warden. I think I'm currently on a path to just guarantee that I lose. Because the Crucible Warden's just not going to be able to stay alive. Next turn I get Hacked Morsels, can't do anything on this floor. My top floor gets more powerful. The midline takes 13 damage. It's only because of your lifesteal that you're not even showing that you're almost dead at the end of this. You take 28 damage this round. Alright, I gotta go back to the start of this battle. I do not like doing that, but This is something we should have been able to project from the opening, which is that Crucible Warden is going to need consistent magma gain. Consistent mortal gain, rather. It's just not going to be playable without that. Also, I will still use the tech that I used last time, though, of descending one of them to the line just to get the Crucible Warden its early hits. Which, after that, I should be fine. So the Furnace Taps are still okay. That's still completely viable. Yep, damage shield. No, it's... health. Sorry, it's lifesteal rather, the final thing that we pop down to that next floor. You'll get eaten at the end of the turn. Perfect. There we go. So now I can cave in. Unfortunately, I will lose the Magma Morsel to the Ragewing Assassin. To be expected, to be fair. But yeah, not going to happen every hand. This hand is fine. Yes, we get blocked on doing everything, but we also kill the bottom line, and we are consistently getting additional morsels, supporting the health of our guy. Two Ragewing Assassins, annoying. I drew into Dominion's Eye and now can't play anything else. Rude. Starting to get a little annoyed with these Ragewing Assassins. Heck, I'm not even able to keep Crucible Warden alive here. That's annoying, but I think now with only one round after this, I think the Penumbra can probably push through the kill. God, I really hope they can. Go morsels. Perfect. That's enough damage to kill him. And of course we've got our top line up here as well, just in case it needs a little support. I'm up here, don't worry. Great. Yeah, it's just a shame that I couldn't take the 400 gold from that as well. Void Binding makes a lot of sense if I really want to go with the Emma Drain All build. Engine Upgrade gives us the ability to meter that out a little bit, but also I don't want it. I'll take Void Binding and see if we can do it. Intense or Death, consume to trigger a unit's extinguish ability without killing it. No. Sacred Weasel, reform 2 random units for us. 0 Ember cost as well. Merchant of Arms. Damn, there's still an attuned whetstone I really want to hit as well. Holdover for the Perils of Production, admittedly, is probably the biggest thing that I can get, because it would prevent me from having to need Ember at all. Friendly units enter with Lifesteal 2, pretty important. Light spells have an extra slot, also pretty important. I'll take that and then go look at the Merchant of Magic. Intrinsic and -1 cost. Void Binding. -1 cost. We're looking to make things free, ideally. I actually don't think that's really relevant right now. I'm going to take the reroll. Permafrost could maybe be relevant. No, reroll. Spell Chain Holdover. Got it. Holdover goes on Peril Production. And Spell Chain on a Furnace Step, I guess? Plus 10 magic power to the Mind Collapse again. Oh no, I don't get to get the rest from the Merchant of Trinkets. I'm already way too powerful than needed, buddy. And then we will gain an additional copy of Perils of Production. It's worth noting we will still get bricked by the Dominion's Eye when we draw it, because the Dominion's Eye is... would make the spell that gives us the Ember cost more. We got the Barrel Production in the opening hand, that's what we were looking for. Furnace Stab. Furnace Stab. Furnace Stab. Perils. Perils. Now you got 7 strikes. That seems pretty good to me. You're only in camp for this floor. That's fine. Let's... I need the Shade split and send 1 up on the top. Then I'll Entombed Explosive and Entombed Explode it. Bring it back. It's ready to die again. Do I need to do that? Honestly, I don't think the Crucible Warden gets to play much anymore. I would love it to, but do you even have time? Maybe I'm best served by literally just giving as many morsels as I can to the Penumbra. Throwing you on the midline, giving you Morsel Maker and Morsel Master so that you just keep getting additional stats. Those stats don't give you damage shield, though. They don't give you lifesteal, especially, which is the thing you'll actually need to keep staying alive. Because next turn, these lines come up to Crucible Warden, they just punch Crucible Warden dead. And sure, I respond with a bunch of damage, but Crucible Warden dead. Is there a world where like, I do like having melee weakness. Do I need it now with this much damage on Penumbra? Probably not. So Crucible Warden, if you went up to the top line and then Allied Construct, you were in the mid, you would have Titanite helping to prevent half of the damage incoming next turn, and half of the damage from the explosions as well. I don't know about this. I need the defender of Penumbra not to die, but Crucible Warden is currently set up in a position where it will die. Oh, solved it. Was it this turn that I did Void Binding? It's got to be this turn I did Void Binding. Yeah, that just goes on you. Get some damage shields. I'm not going to play the Hallowed Halls on the bottom line just to avoid the damage buff. There we go. This will give us a chance to start getting some damage shield, I hope. Yeah, or we could still lose that frontline unit. Or that could still just happen. I even can't hold over my Perils of Production anymore because unfortunately I couldn't play it that hand. I want to Dripful Seraph to the next floor. Memories of the Melted gives me 2 energy, but I don't need the energy from that this turn. I can use Mind Collapse to take out the Silence. So I'll get to use my Eatons and Resolves this turn, which is pretty important. Wait, no, I take out the Summoner from the next line. Then I Dripfall you. Welcome. Oh, you do have Trample? Okay, you're already fine. You got 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1. I'm going to play a Draft in the very front. Then I'm going to play a Entombed Morsel behind, Entombed Morsel behind. I'm going to cave in this whole line. We lose the Draft in both of the Entombed Morsels. We get some additional health on Penumbra. We push through all of these enemy units and the Seraph. And I'll let that explode. For fun. Now you have to go to the top and find it. Oh, Barrels of Production, welcome back. Now I can actually cast cards. Crucible Warden, welcome back. I don't think I am going to be summoning you for long. I guess I will let you eat all of these before you die next turn. We do a lot of damage here, but we are a little short of the surf still, and Penumbra's getting pretty close to dead. I'm getting a little nervous. Let's get some additional damage for the top line. You definitely need it. So, trap on the middle, then I'm going to kill friendly units. Resummon as many as I can. Make sure the other lines have the ability to contest as well. It currently looks like our Titan is only going to get us very, very, very close. Oh, that doesn't even keep you alive. I'm a little threatened now. I'll admit. Yeah, even giving damage shield to the Penumbra doesn't keep him alive here. So I will have to look elsewhere. Give some rage to a unit that's going to die this turn, so that they don't have to deal with it afterwards. Same with Void Binding there. Mortally entrap our enemy. Bunch of damage for the top line so that when you come up there, you don't just sap the living bejesus out of them. Our bottom line now leaks. Thank you for coming to the top line. Can I make you regret that? Double barrels of production gets you very close to death. Packed morsels will double magma morsel. No, that doesn't do it. I'm still getting pretty close. We are very close to Seraph dying. Come on, just let him die. Oh! Yeah, I forgot about the fact that I was just going to be able to reform this bad boy. Yeah, that seems useful. It's funny how you forget you can reform things on a run that's all about reforming things. After all of that, I'm gonna kill you with Mind Collapse, buddy. Get disrespected. With the largest Eldritch Beast you've ever seen in your entire life, destroy both every shred, every morsel of your sanity before every individual iota of your body? Or is the mind gonna collapse because you didn't build a strong enough support structure? Oh, we got the Antumbra, sorry, we got a duplication of morsels. As our level 9 card for Umbra, and Melting Remnant are just short of their level 10 now. For the moment, after a successful challenge in the Dimensional Portal, I'm going to tell you that my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist from all my content on the game, past, present, future YouTube recommendation. Down below, streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thank you. And a special thanks this episode to Jazzy. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.